Level 1, bolt-action rifles. One bullet, one shot, then reload. This is where World War II begins for most soldiers. Kar 98K, Lee Enfield, Mosin Nagant. These rifles were simple, rugged, and brutally honest. You pulled the trigger once, and that was it. If you missed, you worked the bolt while the enemy kept moving. They were accurate, they were reliable, and they were painfully slow. Bolt-action rifles defined the early rhythm of World War II combat. Engagements were measured, methodical, and unforgiving. Every shot mattered because follow-ups took time. In open fields, patience ruled. In chaos, hesitation killed. Most soldiers carried a bolt-action rifle. Most World War II deaths started with one. They weren't glamorous, but they were everywhere. From frozen forests to deserts, these rifles were the backbone of entire armies. War at this level was about discipline, timing, and nerve. Level 2, semi-automatic rifles, same power, more speed. This level changed everything for the soldier holding it. M1 Garand, SVT-40, no bolt to cycle, no pause between shots. You pull the trigger again, and it fires. That difference sounds small. On the battlefield, it was massive. The M1 Garand gave American infantry a deadly advantage. 8 rounds came fast. Enemies with bolt-action rifles were still cycling their actions, while Garand users were already firing again. Speed meant pressure. Pressure meant momentum. Momentum meant survival. The SVT-40 offered a similar promise on the Eastern Front, though reliability issues limited its spread. But the idea was clear. The future belonged to faster rifles. At this level, firefights stopped being balanced. One side could simply shoot more. Level 3, submachine guns. Now it's close. Trenches, streets, rooms. This is where war stops being distant and starts being personal. MP40, Thompson, PPSH-41. Submachine guns thrived where rifles struggled. Tight spaces, poor visibility, sudden encounters. These guns traded precision for volume. High fire rate, low control, pure panic. You didn't aim carefully. You flooded the space with bullets. The MP40 was controlled and compact. The Thompson was heavy but devastating. The PPSH-41 was pure chaos, dumping rounds at terrifying speed. These guns weren't precise. They were terrifying. At this level, war wasn't about marksmanship anymore. It was about reflexes. Whoever reacted first often lived. Level 4, light machine guns. This gun controls the fight, not one enemy, the entire area. Bren, Bar, DP-28. Light machine guns became the center of infantry tactics. Everything revolved around them. When they fired, squads advanced. When they stopped, everyone froze. One soldier fires, the squad moves. These guns delivered sustained, accurate fire without the immobility of heavy machine guns. They were portable enough to move with infantry and powerful enough to dominate space. Constant pressure, no escape. Infantry battles were built around this level. Without light machine guns, attacks stalled. With them, units became coordinated and deadly. This is where firepower became tactical. Level 5, heavy machine guns. This is where attacks die, not slow down, not struggle. They end. MG-42, Browning M1919. These guns didn't just fire bullets, they shaped battlefields. The MG-42's blistering rate of fire created a sound soldiers never forgot. Once it opened up, movement stopped. Relentless fire, unforgettable sound. Entire advances stopped in seconds. Soldiers hit the ground and stayed there. Officers lost control. Plans collapsed. These guns didn't wound, they erased. At this level, defense ruled. One well-placed heavy machine gun could hold back dozens of men. It wasn't about accuracy anymore. It was about denial. You are not crossing this ground. Level 6 Gunrunner assault rifles. The future appears early, before armies are ready for it. St. G-44. This gun didn't fit existing categories. Not slow like a rifle. Not wild like an SMG. It was balanced, controlled, efficient, deadly. The STG-44 introduced the idea that soldiers didn't need full-power rifle cartridges for most combat. Medium range mattered more. Control mattered more. Flexibility mattered more. Selective fire gave soldiers options. Semi-auto for accuracy, full auto for pressure. Modern warfare started here. This gun arrived too late to change the war, but early enough to change history. Level 7, anti-tank guns, infantry carry. Final level, man versus steel. This is where infantry faces machines. Bazooka, Panzerfaust, Payat. Tanks dominated battlefields. Thick armor, massive guns, fear on tracks. These weapons gave infantry a chance. One shot, one chance. You had to get close. Too close. Hit, and the tank burns. Miss, and you don't walk away. At this level, courage mattered more than firepower. Soldiers waited, aimed, and gambled their lives on a single trigger pull. This wasn't just combat, it was desperation, and sometimes it worked.